Hi, I'm San Diego family law attorney Brian A. Victor, and welcome to my sixth podcast episode. In my prior podcast episode, I began discussing the concept of legal separation as an option to consider instead of divorcing. As I stated in that episode, legal separation is a concept that's not easily understood and has various components. So many components, in fact, it's going to take several podcast episodes to fully discuss the concept of legal separation. Legal separation is an important concept to understand, however, so I would recommend going back and listening to part one of this discussion when you have some free time. As I discussed in the prior podcast episode, legal separation has many benefits versus deciding to get divorced right away. In this podcast episode, I will now discuss the financial benefits of legal separation versus divorce. While I previously discussed the emotional aspects of choosing legal separation instead of divorce, there may also be financial reasons to choose a legal separation over divorce. For example, as a divorce lawyer in San Diego, I have had many clients where the non-employee spouse has a pre-existing health condition or for some other reason will not be able to get medical insurance. There are some plans that allow you to keep a separated spouse on the employee spouse's health insurance. What I have come across, especially in trying to settle divorce cases, is that one spouse needing to stay on the health insurance of the other spouse at least until they are able to find themselves a job where they can then obtain health insurance. In those kind of cases, legal separation is a good option because it will help eliminate one issue that can later be resolved should the couple decide to get a full divorce. Additionally, certain Social Security benefits require spouses to be married for 10 years. If a divorce judgment occurs before this 10-year mark, then a spouse would not be eligible for these Social Security benefits. Therefore, legal separation is a good option so that the couple can remain legally married until they meet that deadline. Legal separation is also a good idea to consider when there is a military spouse involved. For instance, when there is a spouse who is in the military, then choosing legal separation over divorce can help the couple remain legally married until the 10-year deadline for military pension enforcement advantages, or in order to meet the 20-year deadline for PX and commissary benefits. This is something I see a lot of, especially here in San Diego where there are so many military families. The one thing I do see a lot is that there is a lack of understanding about the option of legal separation. In fact, most couples don't even know it exists, so they go straight to the option of divorce, and upon finding out that there is an option for legal separation, I find they are greatly relieved, especially when that is the decision they make instead of divorcing right away. As I stated in my prior podcast, and I will state again, the concept of legal separation will take several podcasts to fully explain, and even then, there will still be some research that may need to be done when considering that option. Therefore, I will continue this discussion in my next podcast. To inquire further about more specifics of legal separation, remember to consult with a local family law attorney who can discuss this process as it relates to your specific situation. In San Diego, California, contact the law offices of Brian A. Victor for more information. Thank you very much for listening, and feel free to contact me at my website at www.brianvictorlaw.com for any suggestions you may have regarding topics for future podcast episodes.